In this video we see turtles in Sodwana Bay. It was like watching a dinosaur move around on the beach and go birding at Ndumo Game Reserve, where there are many different birds to see, including a few rare species. There was even a herd of shy elephants that pushed over this fence. But what stands out is definitely the birding. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Shelly and I are camping at Sodwana. We're staying at Gwala Gwala campsite here in the Dune Forest, and tomorrow we're going to Ndumo for 2 nights. We've already seen some really nice birds, blue mantle crested flycatcher, and we've heard eastern Nakato. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully we get lucky with the turtles later. While we were walking on the beach, we noticed several of these cordoned off areas where turtles had laid their eggs. Turtle monitors, which are individuals who patrol the beach at night, do this to make sure that the nests aren't accidentally disturbed by vehicles or people walking on the beach. We could see by the turtle tracks that the eggs had been laid here recently. So Shelly and I are just having a walk along the beach now. It's low tide, so we thought we'd come for a walk and maybe get lucky and see a turtle or two coming onto the beach to lay its eggs. But yeah, behind me is a demarcated area where a turtle has come and laid its eggs, I guess in the last few days, the last few weeks. And it was interesting to read the sign, and it says that you can be jailed for up to 2 years or pay a 300,000 rand fine if you mess with the eggs there. So it's a ghost crab. They come out at night on the beach, and they're usually on the shoreline in their hundreds, and especially early in the year when lots of turtle hatchlings come up out of the ground and make their way to the shoreline. These guys are usually there to snatch them up, and also if they don't get to catching and actually pulling the turtle hatchlings back down their burrows, they'll injure the turtle hatchlings and they won't be able to grow until adulthood. This guy, he's got hold of my hat's drawstring here and he doesn't seem to want to let go. It's been like that for about 5 minutes and I'm quite out of breath from chasing him on the beach. Sodwana Bay is part of a protected area known as the Isimangaliso Wetland Park, and the coastline here is Africa's last primary nesting site for leatherback and loggerhead turtles. Each year from November to January, the turtles leave the water to lay their eggs on the beach. A couple of months later, the tiny baby turtles emerge from their nests and make their way to the shoreline. It can take hatchlings up to 40 minutes to reach the water, and that's if they're lucky enough to have a clear path. It's estimated that between 1 and 4 out of 1,000 hatchlings make it to maturity. From the moment a turtle's egg hits the damp sand of a nest, it's in danger, because the female turtle will then drag herself back to the ocean and leave the eggs entirely unprotected. So anything from dogs, jackals, ghost crabs, and honey badgers will pose real danger to these eggs. But the biggest threat is people who illegally dig up the eggs to use them for traditional medicine. So that's what we did last night, and we saw quite a few birds on the beach as well. But yeah, seeing the turtle was really something special. I've never seen that sort of thing before. It was like watching a dinosaur move around on the beach. And at the moment it's 9 o'clock and we're all packed up. Had a bit of a late start this morning because we obviously went to bed so late last night. We weren't going to be able to get up early. But the campsite is all packed up and we're going to head to the beach now, go for a swim, and then later this afternoon we're going to head towards Ndumo where we're going to camp for 2 nights.
Ndumo is about a 2-hour drive from Sodwana, and it's a very underrated game reserve, especially for its bird life. During past visits with my parents, we were lucky to see a few special bird species, but not just see them, we were able to enjoy excellent views, with sightings of Aries hawk eagle and African barred owlet being the highlights of our previous trips. Despite its remote location, which definitely deters many visitors, the reserve's unique charm makes it well worth the journey. One thing though, it does get very hot in summer. I'm sure most days that have clear skies get to over 40 degrees. Birds in the campsite always make sure they're at the bird baths. That afternoon we went on a guided bird walk with Bongani, the bird guide. We got some very good views of a male and female African broadbill, and these birds are iconic residents of the sand forests in and around Ndumo. It's probably the best area to see this bird in southern Africa. By the time we got back to the camp that evening, the birds had swapped places with this guttural toad at the bird bath.
Welcome to our first morning at Ndumo Game Reserve. Yesterday afternoon went on the bird walk through the sand forest and saw broadbill and a few other nice species. And today we're taking it slow. It's about 6:30, 6:45, and we haven't left the camp yet. I'm just busy birding inside of the campsite. Yeah, we were just so tired yesterday from the late night on the turtle tour that this morning we've decided to take it slow and not rush off anywhere. Otherwise we won't be able to enjoy the rest of the day or tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully we get to see some nice things today. I'm sure we will. All the birds are calling this morning, and it's just so nice to be here. Ndumo is a special place. In about half an hour we're going to take a drive down to Enyamiti, to the bird hide, and have a look at the water birds that you can see from that hide. There are usually a lot of pelicans, greenshanks, cormorants, and a whole lot of other water birds.
I managed to find this very old looking but detailed map of Ndumo, and here you can get a good idea of the layout, starting with the camp. And at Ndumo, the main thing to do here is the guided bird walks with Bongani. And to see different bird species, he takes you to a few different environments. The Pongola River for forest birds, and if you're lucky, a Pearl's fishing owl. The sand forest, Inyamiti Pan for waders and water birds. Then there's also Banzi, where we've seen Pearl's fishing owl a few years ago, as well as Shokwe, where you can see barred owlet. But this northwestern section is hardly visited. I've only been here once out of my visits to Ndumo. On the way to Nyamiti bird hide, we were lucky to get some nice views of this female pink-throated twin spot. something I didn't notice before was this tree in the middle of the herd. So we're here at the Inyamiti Pan in the bird herd, and we've been here since about 8 o'clock this morning, and now it's around 11 o'clock here, and there's so many birds here. Still, even though it's cooking, it must be close to 40 degrees, and no one else has come to the herd. It's just been us here the whole morning. I haven't seen this many pelicans before, not even here, and there's a lot of water as well. Usually it's not this filled with water. And the birds are nesting in the fever trees across the pan. Cormorants, cattle egrets, African open bill, and the pelicans. Even though it was a bit far, a definite highlight this morning was the black heron fishing on the opposite side of the pan, doing his whole umbrella tactic, closing his wings and fishing along the edge of the pan. But now we're gonna leave. It's just gotten too hot here. We'll probably go to the swimming pool at Nduma Rest Camp and probably chill there for a while. So Shelly and I got back to the campsite about an hour ago, and it's seriously hot. It must be 40 degrees. It's cooking. While we were cooling off at the swimming pool, we noticed a common scimitar-bill repeatedly flying over us, which meant that it must have been nesting nearby. I decided to investigate and eventually spotted the nest cavity above the entrance to the swimming pool. I set up my camera and left it there for a while, allowing the birds to carry on with their activities. So when did they finish with this nest?
I think recently, yeah. Because they start.
That afternoon on a birding walk, we saw an unoccupied African broadbill nest, and I also asked Bongani if we could visit the body of water named Bunzi to hopefully see the pair of owls that we saw in the past, but we were unsuccessful. It was a beautiful afternoon though. Bongani mentioned that there was a herd of elephants which came into the park from Mozambique by crossing the Sutu River. These elephants were very shy though, and looked like they were in the mood to do a bit more traveling as they pushed down this fence and walked into the nearby community. Maybe to feed on some crops, but they did later return into the game reserve. The birding highlight of the trip was definitely this thick-billed cuckoo during our morning walk. It was the first time seeing this rare bird, and its distinctive call made it unmistakable. It put on a show for us and didn't really mind being seen out in the open. Bongani is an exceptional guide with great knowledge of Ndumo and its bird life. He knows where specific species are likely to be found, and a walk with him through the sand forest will amaze you with the extent of his keen eyesight and acute hearing. He told me he's been working as a bird guide in Ndumo for over 30 years. Where are you going to head to from there? Okay. somewhere around. This family of spotted eagle owls have been around in the area for a while now, and Bongani pointed out this hollow in the tree where Narina trogon was nesting. A few days ago, one of the owls managed to catch the trogon while it was leaving the nest cavity. There were still a few scattered feathers lying below the hollow of the tree. So we had some really outstanding bird sightings on this morning's birding walk with Bongani. Definite highlight of the morning was the thick-billed cuckoo. I haven't seen that bird before. When we got back to the camp, we made sure we packed up as fast as possible because we're heading out of the park now, and we didn't want to be packing up at midday because it's not even 10 o'clock and it must be close to 40 degrees already. So right now we're on the road heading towards the gate, and we're going to leave the park. Our time at Ndumo is done. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Please give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. See you next time. This morning, and oh, it's an osprey, Shilly.
What?
Look, there it goes. There it goes. Do you think that's what we saw earlier?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, let me start again.